Right then, well, just carrying on from my previous video regarding the flame cut armour plate anvils produced by the Audnam Anchor and Shackle company down in Stourbridge in the West Midlands. They were a subsidiary of the famous anchor and chain manufacturers Noah Hingley's, and they took over the Audnam company from B. Perkins in the 1920s, and during World War I, Hingley's, owing to the demand for chains and anchors and what have you, they didn't have enough capacity with their anvils that they had in the workshops, and so they developed the fabricated anvil. Now this one is a genuine chainmaker's anvil from Hingley's. It's cut out of armour plating. You can see the thickness of the armour plate on this one, and they had the drop forged feet, as you can see that, the drop forged feet that were simply welded onto the body, and it's really an interesting piece of kit. This one doesn't actually look as though it's had much use, but it's the traditional chainmaker's anvil with a square hole through the centre, and the buffer here which wedged the chainmaking tools into the hole in the side there. So this is one of the original Noah Hingley's anvils, and they developed them. They gave them a facelift basically, and got Audnam Anchor and Chain company to start producing their own style of the flame cut anvil, and we'll have a look at a couple of those next. Right, so what we have here is a flame cut anvil made by the Audnam Anchor and Shackle company in Stourbridge. You can see this one. This one weighs about 80 or 90 pounds, something like that. I don't think this has been used actually. But if you look at this one, you can see that it's got these very nice drop forged feet on. It's actually stamped Audnam in there, and they were simply ground. They were cut out of the armour plate and then simply ground to shape, which was a really efficient use of surplus material after the war. This one is actually dated 1945. It's NH for Noah Hingley, 1945, and yeah, it's just a really nice thing, is that, and the ring. Just listen to that, unbelievable. You'd certainly go deaf after a while using that. So yeah, so that is the later version of the Hingley anvil. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to show you an ultra rare flame cut anvil in the Portsmouth pattern. I've only come across 3 or 4 of these over the past 20 years of collecting anvils, so we'll look at that one next. Right, so here we go. This is the really rare Portsmouth pattern. This one weighs about 260 pounds. I've only ever come across 3 or 4 of these in the past 20 years. And this one again you know, it doesn't look like it's ever been used. And I find this a lot with the Audnam anvils that I've actually come across over the years. Very few of them appear to have had any use whatsoever. So, as I say, this one, you can see again, it's got the drop forge feet welded on, art welded on. Again, it's ground to shape on the bick. And again, this one is stamped NH for Noah Hingley, in 1945. So, you know, they were obviously making them for a relatively short period of time after the Second World War, just using up the surplus stock. But if you ever get an opportunity to buy one of these, absolutely jump on it. For a while, when I used to see these, and we're going back probably 15 years or so, I was kind of a little bit dubious because I didn't actually know the history of them. But now, if I see one of these advertised, I'm going to jump on it because they are a superb anvil.